The Earth's climate is constantly changing, driven by a multitude of natural forces.
To be manageable now threatens an hour.
But now, a new force is disrupting the climate system.
Sea ice melting, glaciers receding.
Humans are driving dangerous global warming.
Activity has adversely affected our climate.
Or at least, that's what the world scientists are telling us.
What do we want?
But back down on Earth, about half of all Australians don't believe climate change is man-made.
Carbon dioxide does not drive temperature.
While the other half believe the need for action is urgent.
We are the last line of defence for Mother Nature.
One of the things which I think has disconcerted a lot of people is the evangelical fervour of the climate change alarmists.
Climate change is real.
Is there a better way to resolve the conflict that's dividing our nation? We're taking environmental activist Anna Rose.
We've come together to release this statement calling for greater action on climate change, and we're calling for deep emission reduction targets.
And committed climate skeptic Nick Minchin.
One day the world will realise that carbon dioxide is more of a friend than an enemy.
Around the globe to meet their pick of the world's leading voices on climate change.
I was keen for us to come to Perth because I'd like to meet Joanne Nova and David Evans. They interest me because they used to accept what I call the orthodoxy on anthropogenic global warming, but the more they've studied it, the more sceptical they've become. From the point of view of someone like me, seeking to see if it's possible for you to travel the same path.
But even the quiet Perth suburbs are not immune to the suspicion that infects the climate debate.
Okay?
I'd really like to be able to do this documentary without this kind of loopy paranoid stuff going on. And is there anything that you can do to stop them?
Not really. Yeah, I'm asking you to trust them.
400 emails to take.
With more than 1 million hits a year, Joanne Nova is one of the world's most widely read skeptic bloggers.
Hello there.
Oh, come in.
Together with her husband, former carbon accounting modeller David Evans, they're two of Australia's most influential skeptics. But afraid of being misquoted, Jo and David have hired a camera person to film the film crew.
Can I just ask, with the footage that you're taking, what will it be used for, and can I get a guarantee that you won't put it on your blog and selectively edit?
Yes, insurance.
Okay.
The climate's important and we should be discussing the evidence and what goes on with it. We really just want to make sure that I guess we're not taken out of context and that our arguments are put in their full picture.
Hi, I don't believe we've actually met, but if you're going to be filming us... Hi, I'm Anna Rose Barry. I guess you know everyone else.
Anna, we agree that carbon dioxide causes global warming. Every molecule of carbon dioxide that we emit causes some global warming. It's not a question of if it causes warming or not, it's a question of how much.
So we're just arguing, we all agree that climate change is happening, it's due to carbon pollution, but we're just saying about how much...
No, I agree that climate change is occurring, but I don't think it's due to carbon dioxide emissions.
Some small, immeasurable amount.
Some very small amount is, but the majority is not. The reason that climate scientists blame carbon dioxide is because of the models. But the models are fundamentally flawed. We know that because we've now, over the last 15 years, collected several data sets in several different areas that contradict the models entirely. And most of the heat in the climate is contained in the ocean. It's a relatively small amount in the air, right? However, we've only measured ocean heat properly since 2003 when the Argo system went in. And these are the entire Argo results. And they show pretty much that the temperature of the oceans has been flat, whereas the climate models are all insisting that the temperature of the ocean ought to be rising.
So you're saying the ocean is not warming?
No,
the data system
says that the ocean is not warming. And a second bit of evidence that shows the climate models are fundamentally flawed. Half the world's thermometers, official thermometers for measuring global warming, are at airports. This one's at Rome Airport. So you've got aircraft taxiing in here. They occasionally hit this thermometer here with blasts of jet air. There's a bunch of cars and trucks over here. This isn't measuring global warming, it's measuring local warming, a very local warming. It's measuring the increase in air traffic.
I mean, how stupid do you think climate scientists are to not... They do account for this.
Well, they have a failed theory on
their
that.
Well, they try to
build concealing.
So scientists are concealing...
I've just showed you evidence that each on its own, independently, shows that the climate models are wrong. They disagree with reality quite violently.
You're asking for the world to take a huge gamble and choose not to act on the very small chance that you might be right.
And if you look at it the other way, Anna, we're being asked to take a huge gamble that those who assert that our emissions are warming the planet dangerously are right.
So
because they want to change the whole industrial system.
But if we take that gamble and don't act, the consequences are that we destroy the entire planet. Or we could... Actually, I don't think it's funny.
It's not going to be destroyed.
There's no evidence for it. Look, I haven't got a clue what's going on about carbon dioxide. What's the problem?